All you've got to do is to remember these 4 sentences. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Okay, I love you. Love's what makes the world go round. Love's what opens our hearts. Anything wrong there? Can't think of anything wrong with that one. How about I'm sorry? The art of apologising for what you inadvertently did or didn't do. Can't see anything wrong with that one either. How about please forgive me, asking for forgiveness? Fundamental in many religions, the idea of the person owning up, taking responsibility for something they did do or something they didn't do and asking for forgiveness. And the third one, gratitude. Thank you. Now here's the strange thing. They don't suggest that you do this to go out to heal other people. They suggest because you're taking 100% responsibility, what you're doing is you're using them to clean yourself of negative thoughts. So it's not to heal the people out there, it's not even to heal you, it's actually to clean you of negative thoughts. That's all it is. And bearing in mind the negative thoughts, they just flow through people. So this is their practice, this is what they recommend. They recommend to clean, clean, clean. So what I've been doing every moment of my day, every moment I'm not doing something else, I just say them, or I voice the thoughts silently, or mostly, because I spend lots of time on my own, I sing them over and over and over again. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And then you can start to have fun with it. So I thought, okay, let's have fun with it. So I thought of a different tune. I thought, oh no, let's do it in Portuguese, why not? So for all those Portuguese out there, here you go. Amor-te, 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 desculpa, desculpa. Hoje esqueci-me, obrigado, obrigadinho. And it's exactly the same thing but in a different language. So in Dutch you could go, ik hou van jou, het spijt me, vergeef me, dankjewel. Any language you like. Je t'aime, je t'aime, je t'aime. J'en suis désolé, pardonne-moi, pardonne-moi. Merci beaucoup. And that's your French. So you could have fun with this. You could look up weird, bizarre languages on the internet and find out what the words are and go around weirding people out, singing songs in foreign languages. And what would you be doing but cleaning, cleaning, cleaning? And the power of the word, it all comes down to the power of the word. If you see the film that we made on the power of the word, you can understand the entire principle behind what this is all based upon, which is using the power of the word to actually clean all negative thoughts from your system. And by doing this on an ongoing basis, it's amazing what the results are. So let me tell you a little bit about this shaman. And he was working as a psychologist in a mental hospital for the criminally insane. And he heard about this very old woman who was doing this Hawaiian practice called Ho'oponopono. He's Hawaiian himself, in this mental hospital in Honolulu. And he goes and he registers for this training. And he turns up and he starts doing the training. And after quite a short time, he is so disturbed by what this woman is saying, "You're mad, I'm walking out." And he walks out. He leaves his money behind, he's paid, he walks out. "I'm not doing this, you're mad." And it eats away at him and it bothers him. And eventually he goes back and he re-registered. He pays his money again. And he turns up for day one. And at a certain point during day one, you can imagine what he does. He says, "This is too much, you're mad, I'm not doing this. I'm off, I'm out of here." And he goes again. But it's still worrying away at him. So again, he re-registers for the third time. There's a third bit of money he's put on the table. He turns up for day one. You've guessed it. It is so fundamentally disturbing to his belief systems. Trained as a psychologist in a mental hospital, "You're mad, I'm having none of this, I'm off out of here." 3 times he pays for it, 3 times he walks out. Now you'd have thought that would be enough for anyone, but no, the 4th time he works out that he's just got to do this. He pays for the 4th time, his bum is on the seat for the 4th time, and this time he doesn't move until he's done the entire workshop. He gets it completely. And this is an important thing in life. Sometimes you need to be able to say no to something. You need to be able to say, "On your bike, no way, bullshit, rubbish." There's a part of the human being that we need to do that. Load of nonsense. And because he thoroughly explored his "I'm not doing that," he was then finally free to do it. So on his 4th time of paying and turning up and bum on the seat, he did the whole thing, he got it, and then he went back into his practice. And it's really the story of his practice that is what got me. Because this is what he was doing, is working in a hospital for the criminally insane, and he decided to put into practice. So the first thing he didn't do is he didn't tell any of his patients this. They're criminally insane, they're attacking the staff on a regular basis. When the staff turn up to work of a morning, they don't know whether they're going to get attacked that day. Absenteeism was rife, you can imagine, taking sick days left, right and centre. A nightmare situation. So what he does is he goes into his office and he gets all the patients' files out, and he gets the first file out and he opens it up and he looks at the person's mugshot and he looks at the words and he goes, "I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you." And he does it over and over and over again. And here's the important point. He's not trying to heal anybody. He's not trying to heal the patient. He's not trying to heal himself. What he's actually doing is he's giving it all up to divinity. That's what he's doing. So it's actually, and this is one of the really big shatterings I've had to deal with, is about the shattering of the belief system of intent. This system actually supersedes intent, because you can let go of intent and you can give it all up to divinity. So he would do this over and over again. "I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you," in Hawaiian I suppose. And you get the next file out and you do the same thing again, and you get the next file out and do the same thing again. And after a period of time, it didn't happen immediately, because we're talking about people that are incarcerated for murder and other such crimes, pretty severely infested with negative energies, you can imagine, can't you? But over a period of time, what happens is their symptoms start to improve, and they start to become more aware, and they start to leave their private hells, and one by one they start to get better. And then what starts to happen is that the staff start turning up more frequently, because there's less assaults on the staff, and the whole atmosphere in the mental hospital is changing incredibly. And one by one these people become so well, there's no alternative. The staff have to release them because they're actually better. Nobody set out to cure any of them. But what happened is this man, using the power of the word, did a miracle, because he gave it all up to divinity, and divinity cleaned these people of their negative thoughts, which were so habitual, they were constant. Imagine this. You might experience negative thoughts every day. I certainly experience negative thoughts every day. Imagine if you are locked up for being criminally insane. You can imagine you experience negative thoughts every second. It would be that hard, wouldn't it? It would be that tough. And this practice, through giving it all over to divinity, actually caused these people one by one to get better. If you were to go to that part of Honolulu, you would find the mental hospital is closed. There aren't enough clients anymore. And this just goes to show how powerful this work is. Now here's a strange thing. As if all this wasn't enough, you can use this in other things too. Supposing you're a business person, and supposing you've got a new product that you've launched, supposing you're a writer, and you've got a new book you've written, supposing you're an artist and you just produce a new series of sketches which you want to have turned into postcards and sell. This is what he suggests you do. The new product that you've got, you take hold of it, or you put it somewhere prominent in your house, and every time you see it, or every time you hold it, you say, "I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you," over and over and over again. Now, Joe Vitale, the guy who wrote the book, he's really into making lots of money. So this is his adaptation of the shaman's method. And he finds it has a similarly magical effect. So it seems that real magic is not so much to do with hocus pocus and potions, it's more to do with the power of the word, giving it all up to divinity, and stepping out of your own way and allowing it all to happen. And having the mantra, the endlessly repeated phrase, which is freeing you, or freeing your product, of all negative thoughts. And the results are astounding. I read only this morning on the internet, I had an email from the writer of this book, New Bit of Information, and he was talking about someone who had launched a new product, and in December his sales were such and such, and then everyone knows in January sales go down. Whatever business you're in, sales are up in December because it's Christmas, then in January they go down. His sales went up by 41% in January. Unheard of. And guess what? Yes, all he was doing was taking all of his products and I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So this may be the most powerful tool that I've ever been able to speak about on YouTube. I commend it to you. It's yours for nothing. Play with it, see where it gets you. Alright, all the best, cheers.